Hey y'all, welcome back to Mulberry Branch Farm. My name is Ashley, and today we have our second swarm of the season. I worried about this because the last time I got into one of these hives, I noticed that they swarmed and they left and they came right back, and I thought that seems like that might be a queen's mating flight. And I was looking out here and I'm like, are they doing it again? And I'm looking out here and I can see things hanging in this tree, and I'm like, oh, that's a swarm. So it's only got about 3 little clusters, but I don't know what's going on. It's almost like these guys are trying to swarm, but not really. I don't know. No, it was bigger a minute ago when I looked at it through the
Like there was 3 individual.
Yeah. In order for us to get that swarm, it's probably about 15 feet, if not 20 feet up in this tree. So I would have to get, I can see the branch it's on. I would have to literally go up there and start sawing that branch and kind of let it come down a little bit at a time. I don't know, babe, what do I do? Do you want me to suit up and get up there and just cut that and let it just slowly come down and see if I can shake it into a box? I could get a 5-frame nuke. We do have like one of those portable boxes, and I could let them get settled in there and see what's going on with them. And it's these bees are killing me. They're almost worse than my goats this year, whereas they're waiting to swarm when I have things to do. So I still have to milk for the evening. I have goats to shave because our first goat show is coming up, and we have a softball game. So because of the temperature, which is why I'm surprised they're kind of swarming. It's at the peak right now. It's going to be for the day. It's like 56, 57. This is as warm as it's going to get. Tomorrow is going to be a lot nicer, but it's going to drop again to like 30 some degrees tomorrow or tonight. And I'm kind of afraid they might not thrive. I don't think they're going to leave, but I'm going to go ahead and suit up and get a ladder and a box, hustle, and hopefully get this little swarm caught and move on to the next chore before it's time to go to a softball game. Okay, so in preparation, I've actually got, this is a 5-frame nuke. These are really nice if you're actually out and about and someone calls, says they have a hive. These are really nice to transport because I've got a brush so that I can actually I can brush some of the bees into my box. I have a smoker in case they get crazy, even though technically hives are not supposed. That is that's the key word in that sentence. They're not supposed to be all that aggressive, but we all know the last time I had to go up into a tree to get a swarm like this, I got stung through my veil. My veil brushed my nose and I got stung right in the nose by a swarm that I caught, and we still have. I'm trying to look to see if it's still there. So Mark's getting Mark's getting suited up and he's getting a ladder. But you guys can see here, what I've got here is they're literally just drawn out comb that I've used when I harvested honey in the past, and I just let them rob this out. So there are a couple little things of like stores in here, which really, if you're going to try to swarm trap, you don't want stores. They're just going to come and rob. You want drawn out honey, but this isn't a swarm trap. We are actually trying to recover a swarm that's already out of the hive. We're not trying to entice a discovery bees, or I can't even remember what they're called, but every now and then when this is getting ready to happen, scout bees, that's what it is. They'll send out scouts to go find a suitable place for their new queen to swarm to and start a hive, and they'll go in and say, oh, this looks really good, and then they'll come back and do their little dance and tell everybody where it's supposed to go. But that's not the case now. They've already swarmed. They don't have a place to go, and it's going to get cold tonight. Well, you look like you're ready.
Let's try it the new little.
Oh yeah, this comes.
It might work good in this case.
It might. Just remember to cut slow, okay?
Yep, and away from them. So.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I was walking like literally and like looked down, and there's a lot of them on the ground. So I'm betting this is the rest of the swarm. So this actually is a substantial size swarm. I don't know if they're cold or what. Well, that is really odd. So I'm gonna have Mark start to cut up there. Yeah, it wasn't there. I'm wondering if they fell, but that's still the 3 bunches. Yeah. There's still 3 bunches up in the tree. So I just happened to look down. I'm like, oh my God, there's bees all over the ground. So I'm gonna go ahead and I probably might want to get my veil on and the smoker going just in case. And as he cuts, I'm going to be down here probably a little bit looking for queens, just in case there's a queen. And I do have a queen clip on me in case I find a queen, but we'll see. Mark is now scaling the tree. Don't try this at home, kids.
We have the 5 hives, right?
I know, it's being one of those summers again. We were just saying it figures. We always have so much trouble with our smoker, and we didn't even use it. I just threw something in there and let it go, and of course, it is flowing something beautiful. New hive we've got.
It's over here to the left.
Okay. There's all these bees over here.
Still crawl.
They're still crawling, so I'm actually just gonna make it to where they can, if they survive tonight, they can get in and out. I'm just gonna, oh, I found a queen already. I found her.
Yeah.
She's right there.
We even need to worry about this?
Well, if I can catch her. Okay, she's in there. That's the first queen I've ever caught. I think she's in there. Oh my god. Well, now I'm like looking at it and I'm like trying to see. I could have swore I had her. Yeah, she's in there. So there's the queen right there. There's a queen right there. So I'm gonna take this clip and I'm gonna put it just right in here. Like in between there. I'm trying to close it. And I'm gonna actually just scoop up bees. I'm just gonna scoop up whatever I can try to scoop up without getting too crazy. Now there might be multiple queens in here too, I don't know. Oh, you're so much smarter than I am. He's so much smarter than I am. Guys, I know this is not like the best way to do this, but they're like literally on the ground and I'm not sure how else to get some of them and get them in the hive rather than to just do this, at least enough to kind of get in there and do their thing. It's just cool enough. I actually think these guys are kind of like in that stupor they get into, like when it's really cold. They just, I'm literally just like scooping them up by handfuls. Some of these are probably dead and some of them aren't. Who knows? That hive might have been there since yesterday. That's a good possibility. Honestly, guys, like thinking about it, it got really cold last night. If they swarmed yesterday in the short amount of time where it actually got a little warm, they're probably playing, we probably have quite a few that are froze, which is fine. So I'm just gonna put these guys, this is close. So Mark's got this down. Hello, Mark.
Hello. Monkey Mark.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna take these and kind of just put them down into this box. I really do have a sneaking suspicion that these guys were up there since last night. It's not uncommon, especially with the way these bees on the ground were acting. I just don't think they fell up from up there today. I think they swarmed yesterday or possibly even the day before, and that swarm's been sitting there. Mostly we haven't been out because it rained Well, it rained all day Monday, and then it was a little, it rained a little bit yesterday, and then it got cold. I bet they came out like between storms when that queen was ready to take flight, and they got stuck. They got stuck up there, and the weather kind of took their toll, and that's why you saw some dead bees. But there definitely was a queen down in the bottom. I found her, so I'm going to focus on getting that. Is that working now? We're going to focus on getting this down so that it's not going to fall on anybody, and then I'll get these guys closed up, and I'll probably put them over here and give them a couple of days before I move them into like their actual home. Yeah. So I'm really glad. And by the way, we've gotten milking done. We've gotten the beekeeping exercise emergency drill done before we have to go to softball. So that is totally a win when things on your homestead work, or you actually can like have a little bit of a life outside of them. It's not too terribly stressful. Too terribly. So we've got all of our bees taken care of out here. I'm going to give our new colony a day to establish and a day for those bees to maybe warm up on the ground and make their way back into the hive. That would be the best case scenario, but I have high hopes for them, and we'll move them out when it's time. I'm just really glad that we were able to see that swarm and that we were able to get up there and recover it. It was definitely an interesting time. Not the most interesting swarm that we've ever recovered, but definitely interesting. So I'm going to leave you with that, guys. Thanks so much for coming along with us to capture our second, well, not really our second, our first swarm of the season. The other one was a split that we thought was going to swarm, but it didn't really swarm. But anyways, drop your comments below. Let us know if you have any questions about beekeeping, anything that we did in the video, or any types of critiques, because even though we're in our 4th year of beekeeping, I can't believe it's already been 4 years, we still have a lot to learn. There are still a lot of techniques that could benefit us. So if you know any of those or you have your 2 cents, go ahead, put it in the comments. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for being here and spending your time with us here on Mulberry Branch Farm. We hope that you are all staying safe out there and being kind to one another. We will catch y'all in the next one. God bless you. Bye, y'all.